Welcome to Red's Effects, the same show that is powered by the Tesseract. I'm not even lying this time, I'm sitting right over there. Fine, I was lying. Well, today guys, I actually put up a poll on Twitter asking you guys what effect you want to see this week, whether it's a car hit effect or a Cisco vibe effect. And well, one person voted. Yeah, thanks guys. Anyway, I decided to discard that post, so whoever you are, thank you for voting. But since no one else did vote, I decided that I'm going to do the Cisco vibe effect this week and the car hit next week. Also, because I'm out of a car today. So yeah. Before we go any further guys, I need to mention, we have a request this week, so let's take a look at it. Legendary Media asks, do you think you could do Cisco's vibes? Thanks in advance, man. Well, I can, because if I couldn't, I don't know why the camera's on then. But guys, the Cisco vibe effect. Now there's a few steps in order to achieve this one. You have to first shoot your footage, obviously, and when you shoot your footage, just basically spaz out. Look like you're having a heart attack, like an idiot. Don't worry, we'll fix it in post. So as I said, there's a few steps. There's the compositing side, which we add all the cool little effects to it, and then there's also the editing side, in which we edit it to have that choppy kind of a look, and what actually builds the vibe effect. Now, down in the description is the download pack which you can download, which contains that sweet ass vibe sound effect that I made for you guys. As well as a edit overlay layout video thing that I made also, which basically tells you how to cut your footage, but we will see that in the tutorial. Let's just get into the effect. Here we are and let's go. So guys, I have my vibe out footage set up in a composite shot and it's ready to go. Let's start with step 1, shall we? Click our good friend the plus icon over here and create a new grade layer. Now hit the effects panel, stylize, and drop the tint effect onto the grade layer. Expand the controls and let's just drop that tint amount down a bit, as we want to wash out the color a bit but not get rid of it entirely. Next, go back to the effects panel, color correction this time, and drop a color temperature effect onto your layer. Now let's just boost the bar right to get a more cooled off look. Now add a curves effect to your layer. Let's drop the red channel a tiny bit and heavily boost the blue channel's curve up. Experiment with this guys until you end up with a look that you like. Go wild. And for the last step in grading, let's go back to the effects panel and add a brightness and contrast effect. All we gotta do here guys is just boost the brightness up a bit and the contrast as well, just to get more of a dark type of feel. Right, color is done. Now to transition it. Go into the transform settings of your grade layer and set the opacity to 0. Now hit the point we begin to start spasming, aka vibing. And turn on keyframing there for opacity. Now move a few frames forward. It's going to be different for you depending on how you shot your footage, but you want to basically catch it just after you are fully in the vibe zone, and set the amount to 100. Now move along in your timeline to just before you begin to come out of the zone. Then click this icon here while your opacity controls are selected. This will create a keyframe that contains the same percentage info as the last one we created, at 100. Therefore the opacity percent will stay the same from the last point to this point. Once you've done that, move to when you're completely out of the vibing mood and set the opacity right back down to 0. Okay, we've colored this fool. Now it's time to JJ Abrams the sucker. And by that I mean lens flares. Lots and lots of lens flares. Create a new plane, make it black and call it flare. Now set the blend mode to add. Move to the effects panel and apply the light flares effect. Select the digital stripe preset and let's tweak. Tool open the global settings and increase the saturation a bit. You can also play with the hue setting to get more of a blue feel, but don't overdo it. Now select the effect and change the position to the brighter areas in your shot. Now a good tip is to place light sources in your scene. Here I placed a small torch on my shelf and faced it towards the camera, just so you can have a good area to place the flare on. So I'll move my flare over that area and adjust the size and brightness. Now we can duplicate that flare and move it maybe over here. tweak the settings once again, and boom, flares are done. Now let's animate those as well. Move to the point where your gray layer starts to fade in and enable keyframing for your flare's intensity. Set it to 0. Then move to when your grade is fully visible and set it to your final amount. The next step is the same as the grade layer. Move to when you're just about to come out of the vibe zone, select your intensity controls and click this icon. Then move to when you're completely out of it and set the amount back down to 0. Okay guys, that's the compositing side of the effect all done. Now, export that and bring it back into Hitfilm in the editing timeline, and I'll see you there. Okay, here we are for the first time ever in Hitfilm's editor. I know it exists. So, let me drag my exported clip into the timeline on video 2, and then drag the vibe edit layout from the download pack above my clip on video 1. Now I did design this template to be identical to the choppy editing done on the Flash TV show itself, so it's not just some random cutting mess. Right, move along the timeline until the layout displays nothing. Like here. Then at that point, using the razor tool, make a cut on your vibe clip. Now move along until you see the words footage again. Then make a cut. And then it's just simple, delete the middle part that displays nothing. You can then go along making the same sorts of edits until you have no more of the layout clip left. Like this. Righto, when you're done, delete the layout clip. If you want, you can drop tiny segments of what you're actually seeing, like for me, Kylo Ren, into some of the empty spaces, maybe 1 or 2. And that's it guys, drop your sweet sound in and the final product should look something like this. Well, there you have it guys, Cisco's vibes. Anyway guys, you can hit me up on my Instagram and my Twitter. All is usual, all is normal. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.